Hello everyone, I am Sreelekha, Faculty of Social Studies Department, Silver Hills Public School. We had already started one session with the industry class 8 geography chapter, in which we had discussed regarding the meaning of industry, definition of industry and also the classification of industry. Industry which is being classified on the basis of raw material, size, ownership. Now raw material again further divided on the basis of agro based raw material, mineral based raw material, marine based raw material and forest based raw material. Here on the basis of size, the industry can be small scale industry or large scale industries. And based on the ownership of the industry can be public sector or public ownership, private ownership, joint ownership and also cooperative sector. Now in this chapter, in this particular session, we will be having a review on the chapter, and that is factors affecting the location of industry on the basis of ownership, public sector, private sector, joint sector and also cooperative sector. Now in this session we will be further discussing on factors that affect the location of industry, the industrial system and also the industrial regions. Factors affecting the location of industry. The industries will be located in the place where the raw material are easily available, and there where we can have an easy transportation of goods at a lower cost. For example, the availability of raw material. The first factor is raw material. Regular and assured supply. We have to make it assured that we are getting a regular supply of raw material, because for any industry to work we need the raw material. Land, we also have to make it sure that large area, industry covers a larger area, so large area of level land, and that too the land should be not a rough one, it should be a smooth one. Water is the major source for the industry, because we know many industry depends a large quantity of water. So usually located, the industries are usually located near river, canals or the lakes. The next factor is labor. Of course, we need the machine, at the same time we need a better supply of labor, that should be a skilled labor. So labor, adequate supply of skilled labor is at the reasonable wage, and that is also one of the major factor for the location of industries. Further, let us see the transportation. For efficient networking of transportation, the goods after finished goods has to be properly marketed, and for that we need an efficient transport and communication. At the same time, capital, which is an essential part of industry. Availability of capital. Capital means the investment. So obviously the investment is required for any industry to work out, and that availability of capital can be a personal investment or with the help of government and the bankers. The market. Of course, the nearness to the market for a quick sale. The cost of production is very much important under the industry. So market should be nearby place where we don't have to go for a far away with the finished goods. Power supply. Cheap and adequate power supply. Energy is a better source for any industry to work out, and that can be adequate and cheaply available, and that is much more important when we go for the location of industries. So let's just have a quick review of which all are the factors that affect the location of industry. We said it is the raw material, land, water, labor, transport and communication, capital, market and also power supply. So all these are the major factor apart from other geographical, political and historical factors. We have to make all these as a major note for the location of industry. Next, we have the industrial system. Now, what do you mean by industrial system? The industry works with the help or the function with the help of a system, and that system is what we call industrial system. The industrial system usually happens with the two major heading, which we call it as input, processing and output. Input are all the sources such as raw material, labor, factory or machines, transport and the capital. All these are the inputs for the industry to work out. Now, what will be the processing? The processing are how the machines or the technology works out, and then the output of that particular finished product is what we call it as output. Now, let us look with the help of an textile industry. Under the textile industry, the input are cotton, labor, machines, transport and capital. So, what will be the processing? We are having the processing like ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. Now, what will be the output? Of course, we are using it as a textile, so it will be the shirt we wear or the garment that we use it up, right? So, this is the three industrial system that we come across on which the industry actually works or functions. They are the input, processing and output. Input are the different sources used, whereas processing is the process to convert the raw material into a finished goods, and the output will be the outcome or a finished product, and that too the income that we earn with the sale of the product. Here, industrial system, where we have the raw material cotton, we have the processing weaving happening over here, and then the output is the shirt or the out garment which we are getting with the help of raw material. So, this is how the industrial system works. Next, we will be looking into the industrial region. Now, industrial region are where the uneven distribution of industries based on the different favorable factors of the location. In certain area, we can find the concentration of more industries, or the such area where we can have the concentration of more industry, we call it as an industrial region. So, let us look in India, where all do we have the industrial region. We have the industrial region like Hooghly Belt or Hooghly Industrial Region, the Mumbai-Pune region, Ahmedabad and Vadodara Belt or the region, Madurai, Coimbatore, Bangalore region, and also the Chota Nagpur, which also includes Kollam and Trivandrum region. So, all these are the places which have a favorable factors to locate the industry, and we can find a hub or a concentration of more number of industry in all these areas. Next, we have the major industrial region throughout the world. For example, the area around Eastern North America, here the area around West and Central Europe and Eastern Europe and also the Eastern Asia. So, all these are favorable for the industry to be set up with the major location factors. So, this is how the industrial regions are being set up based on the availability, uneven distribution of industry with the availability of favorable location. So, this is how the major industrial regions are being distributed, unevenly distributed. With this, we come to an end of the session, and that's all. Thank you.